Rev up your engines!
Well, another electric battery manufacturer for automobiles is shutting down some of their operations. Chinese EV maker S-Volt is shutting their operations in Europe because people aren't buying the cars. They're not buying the batteries. And of course, now everybody seems to be starting a war against China. Economic type war. Well, the Chinese are making everything too cheap, blah, blah, blah. I thought the whole thing was that we want to save the planet, and if we had cheap electric batteries and cheap electric cars, more people would buy them, right? No. This just shows the facade of the whole thing, how it's giant government hypocrites. It's just trying to get people to buy crap that really isn't all that great at an overinflated price when the Chinese make ones that work. Hey, but no, they don't like that. Another Chinese EV company is leaving Europe. Shows you this is not the future. These people that think these battery electric cars is the future, they're living in La La Land. Almost all the alternative energy sources have serious problems. Hydrogen's got serious problems. Electric batteries have serious problems. Wind turbines, especially ones in the ocean, have serious problems. The first wind turbine offshore made in the United States is just on a road here in Block Island, off the coast of Rhode Island. And guess what happened to it? Many times it broke because the cables rusted under the ocean. They got to go through miles of ocean before they get to the land, and of course they corroded. 2 miles from where I'm sitting now. The first time they built it, it lasted 3 years, broke. Then they spent a bunch of money. Half the time it isn't running. It creates enough electricity for 441 houses, and it's big. This is not energy sources that we can really depend on. Anybody uses any common sense. And this whole thing about battery electric cars, look, even the Chinese are shutting factories down in Europe making these electric batteries because of lack of demand. People aren't buying them. They're not going to make them. They're not going to go make 2 million electric batteries if nobody buys them. It would make no sense. So they're shutting down their operations there. Well, Stellantis is pausing Jeep Grand Cherokee and Dodge Durango production in Detroit. Guess why? Because I can't sell the ones they have. And then I got to stop making them for a while. Now, these are just regular. These aren't EVs, these are just regular vehicles, right? Problem is, they're overpriced. Their quality's garbage. Ask anybody who's bought a Dodge Chrysler product recently, the last 3-4 years. The quality control is going... So much for the UAW and their little negotiations they had for labor, because a lot of these factories are probably going to end up being shut down because nobody's buying the vehicles. They're gas hogs. They're too big, right? And eventually, they'll have to stop making them entirely instead of just pausing production. Stellantis loves it because then they can say, well, they're not making money. We're going to shut the American factories down. They go back to Italy and France and build all the stuff there because they're really a French-Italian company anyways. So no big surprise here. Now, Mazda's got a new EZ6 out, and it had kind of a fake ad that I was sent. So I always warn people about them. It says, look, new Mazda has a 1,301 kilometer range at $19,100 starting price. Numero uno, you can't buy them in the United States for that price. They're both an EV and a hybrid. Now, the EV version actually has a 480 kilometer range. Right? So what they're doing is they're trying to sucker you and say 1,301 kilometers. I don't know what, that's 700 miles or something, right? They're cheating. They're trying to make it look like the electric car said, no, it doesn't. It is a hybrid. And that's the combination of the electric battery and the gasoline. It's no different than like a RAV4 Prime or something that has a big battery and a gasoline motor. And of course, the hilarious thing is this article, they don't even sell these things in the United States, right? They sell them in China. That's where their main market is going to be, and that's why the price is low. They got to compete with the Chinese stuff. It's kind of funny, you know, these companies, they'll sell stuff in China at a low price, but then if they bring them to the United States, they're also a ton more. It's kind of bizarre. For instance, the starting price of a cheap Tesla in China is around $32,000. But the starting price in the United States is over $41,000 for the same car. They're just ripping us off. Be leery of these things you read about. Oh, look, it can go all these miles, and you find out, well, that's not the electric car. It doesn't go 1,300 kilometers. That's the hybrid plug-in one. And the hybrid plug-in one costs more than the $19,100 that they're saying they start at. Those are the absolute cheap bottom line ones. So be very leery. You know, don't get suckered in by these lost leader prices and giving you information speculation. It isn't true. Do some research and you'll find out a lot of the stuff with these electric cars is smoke and mirrors. They'll just bait and switch. You can tell you one thing and you get in, oh, no, you made a mistake. They're really $30,000. They're not 19. You read something wrong in the fine print. I was telling you about my friend Bernie in Albuquerque who's got his fuel injection cleaner, ATS fuel cleaner, and how it works. Well, here's another person that used it, and he brought absolute proof with the screenshots. He shows the before and after. Now, Jim used it in his car, and before he used it, the short-term fuel trim was minus 3.2%. After he used it, the fuel trim went to minus 1.6. That means it's cut in half. Instead of subtracting 3.2%, now it's only subtracting 1.6, meaning it was running 3.2% too much fuel, and now it's only 1.6. Pretty good. It cut it in half, right? Now, who knows? Over time, it might even do better. But it showed that it cleaned the system up, probably because of carbon. Bernie's cleaner is a carbon cleaner, so he probably had carbon build up on the fuel injectors. And then the cleaner gets it off because fuel injectors are supposed to spray an upside down cone. And if they get carbon in them, then instead of a pure cone, it's kind of spitted like you spit on something. And then it's not as efficient and it runs too rich because it doesn't burn right. It was cut in half entirely. It made it run much more efficiently than it was. Wasn't spraying too much gas in, just a little bit, instead of 3.2, 1.6. And that's a big change. That's, completely half of it. Well, I was reading an interesting article entitled, "The Most Underrated Pickup Truck Currently for Sale in the USA." And you might wonder what it is. Now, Ford's having good sales with their Maverick because they find out that people actually do want smaller pickup trucks. Smart move, right? Well, what do you think the most underrated one is? The Honda Ridgeline. Take, for example, so far this year, Ford sold 135,199 of the Mavericks. Honda Ridgeline's only sold 33,034. You might wonder why. Honda makes pretty decent Ridgelines, but they're not a conventional pickup truck for most people. They don't have a big bed, and people generally don't think of them. Honda even admitted years ago the reason they built the Honda Ridgeline was so that people who had Hondas could also get a Honda pickup truck, so they'd have all Hondas in their driveway. But of course, it's more than just that. It's the price. In town here, you only get a brand new Honda Ridgeline. The cheapest one I could find was $42,000. Where the cheapest Ford Maverick I could find a brand new one was $29,111. 42 versus 29. That's one of the main reasons. Now, the guy wrote the article saying, gee, why don't they sell? Because it's the price and what you get. All that money differential. No, they're completely different vehicles. The Ford's got a little bitty four-cylinder engine. The Honda Ridgeline has a V6 engine. I mean, they're completely different vehicles. But a lot of it has to do with the price. Let's just face the facts. Money talks. Times are getting tighter. That's why a lot of people are going for a smaller truck. The smaller truck also gets much better gas mileage. You get the Maverick, okay, 42 miles a gallon in the city and 33 on the highway. Where the Ridgeline is 18 miles a gallon in the city and 24 on the highway. Another reason people are buying the Maverick. So this guy's kind of wondering, gee, there's those good things with Honda Ridgeline. Why are they underrated? Well, you figure the price and everything else, I would say they're not underrated. They're pretty much rated exactly where they belong. All right, here's everything that's wrong in our government in Hawaii this time. Turns out this guy hosted a drag racing event in this giant open field where 1,000 people showed up and they're racing and having fun. But the government didn't like it because the man was leasing the land from the government. This guy was originally given the land. They said, we want you to clear it of brush. So he cleared it of brush, abandoned cars, cleaned it all off, and said, oh, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some drag racing here. He even had to bring in water to make mud things for racing in the mud because there's no water there. But the government said they wanted to stop it, but they couldn't. Community leaders in the government tried to shut the event down, but in the morning there were so many people, they thought, how are we going to stop these people? The ADC executive director, Wendy, said it was going to be a riot. We couldn't stop the traffic. Couldn't stop people from coming. It was not for lack of trying, but it was something we couldn't get control. So they had little drag races in the mud, the land the guy had cleared. And they're not even agreeing on what the guy could use the land for. Because the ADC says the land is zoned for food production. But Wong said, no, it's about managing the brush, which he did. He got rid of all the brush. Now, regardless of the lease, the ADC, the government admitted that Mr. Wong did a good job. So they said, the land looks beautifully cleared, she says. The drag racing is not at all in line with our policy and not all in line with our statuette. I didn't want them to do it, but they couldn't stop them. Hey, people were having fun on the land the guy cleared. There's no water there. It's useless land anyway. So But he did his job and they had a little racing around. I'm not hurting anybody. It's in the middle of nowhere, right? But the government people have to stick their government noses in with their bureaucratic nonsense. They admitted the guy did a good job cleaning, but they don't want him racing around stuff there. That's not in line with their statuette. So Mr. Wong had a creative, safe event where people were racing around in cars. And hey, I'm all for it. The government needs to get its nose out of people's businesses. They didn't dare try to stop them, so they let them go. For once, the government is foiled, and they're trying to stop people from having fun. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.